Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a wise and beloved king. This king was kind-hearted, fair, and loved by all his people. However, there was one thing that bothered him. He could not understand the meaning of true happiness. He was wealthy, he ruled a vast kingdom, and his people respected him, yet he often felt empty inside. One day he called upon his ministers and asked, "Who is the wisest person in our land who can teach me about true happiness?" The ministers thought for a moment and then said, "Your Majesty, there is a wise hermit who lives in a distant mountain. He is known for his wisdom and his peaceful heart. Perhaps he can answer your question." The king decided to visit the hermit himself. After a long journey, he reached the hermit's humble hut on the mountain. The hermit, an elderly man with gentle eyes, greeted the king with warmth. "Great king," the hermit said, "what brings you to my humble home?" The king replied, "I have everything in this world, a vast kingdom, wealth, and the loyalty of my people. Yet I do not feel truly happy. Can you teach me how to find true happiness?" The hermit smiled and nodded, understanding the king's dilemma. "Come with me, Your Majesty," he said, leading the king down a path that led to a nearby river. They walked in silence for a while until they reached the riverbank. The hermit stopped, pointed to the water and said, "Look at the river. Tell me what you see." The king observed the river and said, "I see clear water flowing smoothly and calmly." "Now step into the water," the hermit instructed. "I will tell you more about happiness." Though puzzled, the king followed the hermit's request and stepped into the water. To his surprise, the hermit splashed mud and leaves into the river, making it murky. The king was taken aback and asked, "Why did you do that?" The hermit said, "Now look at the water again. Can you see anything in it?" "No, it is too murky," replied the king. "Exactly," said the hermit. "This river is like your mind, O king. When it is cluttered with thoughts of wealth, power, and greed, it becomes impossible to see clearly. But when it is calm and free of desires, you can see things as they are." The hermit continued, "Happiness is like the clear water. It comes from a peaceful and content heart. It does not come from wealth or power. If you constantly stir up the water with desires, you will never see true happiness." The king was silent as he pondered the hermit's words. In that moment, he understood that his restlessness stemmed from his unending desires. He realized that true happiness was not found in riches or in power, but in a heart that is content and free from attachment. Thanking the hermit deeply, the king returned to his kingdom with a changed heart. From that day onward, he ruled with humility, focusing not on his desires, but on the well-being of his people. As he let go of his attachments, he finally found the happiness he had been searching for. Thank you for watching. For more videos, please subscribe this channel.